Shalom, Kol Haloyim, La Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishops and the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Shalom to you fellow laborers out there doing the work in truth and in sincerity, especially during these times. Shalom to the few Akwaf that believe as well. Excuse me. Shalom to you other laborers and believers that are scattered abroad throughout the face of the earth. Even if you're among the heathen and like the heathen who are speckled bird Israelites, to the household of faith, which is the elect, I want to say shalom to you. And this is my response to the elder, I believe his name is Amawan Gabar, video he posted, which is a good video. I just want to land back off of it because as I was watching it at work, I was like, man, you know what? Spirit jumped on me to do a response. I'm going to do a response to it because, you know, everything he said was on point, you know. So I'm just Lord, want to add on or build, you know, to this short video the elder put up of this Jake that received the Neuralink. So, you know, the Wadi Habashim for the elder posting this video. So with that being said, let's play it and show you what the elder posted.
My name, it's not too important.
We're gonna hear some beats.
What I'm about to tell you, it's extremely important. I'm one of the first people to get a Neuralink implant in my skull. If you guys can see and don't really know what a Neuralink is, it's kind of like an electronic chip from Elon Musk embedded in your skull. At first it was kind of like a Fitbit, kept track of vital signs, stuff that was going on in my body. Eventually it's gotten to a point where I can move a mouse without even touching a computer. I can connect, I can download, I can transfer information. I'm not the only person that has one of these now, and how we can communicate. This is what's going to happen for the rest of the world. Eventually, this technology will be, maybe not in you, your kids, your grandkids. This is what's coming next. Welcome to the year 2025.
Yeah, you get the gist of it. You see what's going on. You know, again, Tawada to the elder for posting this video. Yeah, man, let me just gonna get straight to it, man. And man, you know, it's the obvious, man. You know, it's the obvious. And from the apostles on down, man, you know, we've been, you know, warning you Israelites about the MOTB. And it's speaking, you know, it's definitely speaking. So Habakkuk 2, and I'm gonna start at 1, you know. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision. And by the way, you know, stand upon the watch is what? Waiting. All right, you sitting still. All right, or you're standing and you're watching. You're constantly watching. A watchman's job is to constantly watch. All right, that's why that's why his title is a watchman. You're supposed to keep watch, man. Okay. Matter of fact, you know, let's see here. Let me type this in. Watchman. Okay, look, it says the meaning in the Bible. I should have got that, but hey, it is what it is. It says, let's get all that. It says a man employed to look after an empty building, especially at night. No, you know what? Let me get that. Let me see. AI overview. It says, in the Bible, the watchman is a guard on the tower or wall, who warns of physical or spiritual danger. And this is the AI overview, by the way. Using the trumpet to alert people to approaching enemies with moral decay. Prophets like Ezekiel served as spiritual watchmen, conveying God's warnings about sin and judgment to the people, with responsibility falling on both the watchman if they fail to warn, and the people if they ignore the warning, right? And you can find that in the book of Ezekiel 3. Matter of fact, let me read that, man. And I'll come back here, okay? Let's read that and I'll come back here. All right, Ezekiel 3. In verse 17, it says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. And that's your job as a watchman. Okay, all of us. Okay, all of us that serve the Lord, our job is being a watchman. Okay, it says, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Right. This is why you're supposed to warn. This is why, the watchman job is so important. Because if you don't give the warning, he could be put to death. Okay. If you don't keep watch and warn the people, all right, and the people be taken by some evil, okay, or die in his wickedness because you ain't warn him, well, he can lose his life, all right, or they can lose their lives, and guess who's at fault? The watchman, because he didn't give the warning. Verse 19, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. But thou hast delivered thy soul. So there you go, man. This is why being a watchman is so important. All right. To stand upon your post. All right. To keep watch on your post. All right. Each one of us, we have a post. And that post is very important. All right. And you must treat it as such, It says back in Habakkuk 2 and 1, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon a tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run and read it. And the vision of, well, first of all, John the Revelator, received the vision on the island of Patmos, all right, which is a penal colony. He was, in prison, and he received the vision of the MOTB, and he's seeing, him seeing the vision. Within the vision, he's seeing people being, basically chipped up, man. He's seeing people receiving the MOTB, which is the RFID technology. All right, and he's seeing people getting it in their hands. All right, the right hands or foreheads, or it could be your other hand as well. But he's seen it. He's seen people getting the MOTB, and we're watching it right now with the video clip that the elder put up. We seen Jake, with the Neuralink in his head, and he even said, "Hey, it's the future." But that's the near future. We're here, man. We right here, man. It's literally at the door, man. The door is basically cracked open, if you will. So we making the vision plain. We give you the videos. We give you the the meaning of the words. The word mark, which go back to the Greek word charagma. The root word means charax, which means to engrave, to insert, to implant, embed. We give you all that, man. Break down the 666, chi psi stigma. Stigma goes to what? A thing that's inserted by a sharp pointed instrument. Basically a syringe. We show you everything at this point, from the apostles on down. Ain't nothing as far as regarding prophecy, especially prophecy of the MOTB, it ain't been shown to you. Even though you got guys that scoff and talk shit within Israel, within the circumcision, all right, which they bug outs, man. But some of them gonna change their tune, man, here in a minute. Because this MOTB is speaking louder than ever before. Even louder when it first hit public in 2017. At the tech company over in Minnesota, it's it wasn't no surprise to us that was laboring back then, but we was rejoicing because we seen your prophecy being fulfilled, man. MOTB was on deck. Now you fast forward roughly 2017 to now, 8 years later. Now look what you have, man. All right, look what you have. People actually getting it. That's not at that tech company, but people been getting it over in different countries. Over here in this country, Babylon the Great, and now you see it more and more coming to fruition. All right, or being manifested that people are really receiving this MOTB. Verse 3, for the vision is therefore an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. See? It says at the end it shall speak. We at the end. We at the very end, man. All right? Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So it took a little while, 2017. I mean, you can go even further back, because, when you go into this MOTB, which is basically branding your slaves, this is nothing new. It just now it's a digital all, because the all go back to the ancient, even it's in the law, in the ancient world, where your slave, if he wanted to serve you because he may have had a woman, kids, and he didn't want to leave from him because he loved his wife and kids, and they belonged to the master. If he didn't want to walk out because of his kids and his woman, the master would bore his ear through with an awl, symbolizing what? That's his perpetual slave. Okay? To whatever, to whatever time limit it was. All right? And I believe it's like let me matter of fact, let me get that real quick. The all, see here. See, I knew it would come up with Saul, but Salakia. Let's go to the law. It speaks about, here you go right here, Deuteronomy 15. It says, yeah, here we go. Deuteronomy 15 and verse Salakia. Deuteronomy 15 and 17, it says, I'll start a little bit. Let's see here. 16. And it shall be, well, you know what? I need to start a little bit more. Come. Deuteronomy 15 and verse 12. And if thy brother, an Hebrew man, or a Hebrew woman, be sold unto thee, and serve thee 6 years, then in the 7th year thou shalt let him go free from thee. And when thou sendest him out free from thee, thou shalt not let him go away empty. Which, this is the Israelite custom. It says, and when thou sendest him out free from thee, thou shalt not let him go away empty. Thou shalt furnish him liberally out of thy flock, and out of thy floor, and out of thy winepress, of that wherewith the Lord thy power hath blessed thee, thou shalt give unto him. And thou shalt remember that thou was a bondman in the land of Egypt, and the Lord thy power redeemed thee. Therefore I command thee this thing today. And it shall be, if he say unto thee, I will not go away from thee, because he loveth thee in thine house, because he is well with thee, then thou shalt take an awl and thrust it through his ear unto the doorpost, and he shall be thy servant forever, and also unto thy maidservant, and thou shalt do likewise. See? So that's the way you would brand your slave. And this is among Israelites. All right, serving them, serving us among our brethren that wanted to serve you for life because of he was well off with you. Like I say, he may have had kids. It's another law that goes to him having kids. A wife, under his servitude, and that belongs to his master. So a man won't want to leave because he got a woman and kids, and the master, which is a Hebrew, fellow Hebrew, all right, fellow Israelite would, bore his ear through, and the rest of them, excuse me, because they would serve him. Okay, all right. So that's the whole thing about the MOTB. The MOTB, all right, it's going to make you a perpetual servant, all right, to the elite. So, and the way the dude in the video, the way he was going about, talking about it, you can tell that he was totally deceived into getting that Neuralink in his head, man. And that's the way the so-called white man, which is, that old serpent, that's the way he deal, man. Let's read this in Genesis 3 and verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord power had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, had the Most High said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. So this is going to the account of how he beguiled the woman. All right, but the point is, it says he was more subtle than any other beast, right? And you go into the word subtle. All right, the word subtle, the Hebrew word there is irawam. The root word is iram. It says subtle, shrewd, crafty, sly, sensible, crafty, right? So when someone is crafty, right, we can look this word crafty. If I had to look up the word, see, go back to it. All right, let's see here. Let's hold that. Crafty. See, crafty. It says clever at achieving one's aim by indirect or deceitful methods. See, similar to cunning, guileful. He beguiled the woman. All right. Wildly, artful, devious. Devious. All right. And so this man's cunning. He's guileful and devious. Excuse me. And this is how you're going to get a lot of you jakes out there to get it, because you're going to get bit by this serpent, which is a man, Esau, because he's going to charm your ass into getting it. All right, he's going to not charm, but he's going to seduce you into getting it, man. He's going to convince you that you need this device, and then you got to think about it. This device that he's pushing, all right, it's going to be the do it all. If you want to be on the grid, if you want to work, keep your job, get benefits, whatever. This is the system that they're implementing right now. So 2026 can be a very intense year, because it can come down to them actually making it mandatory. All they need is one false flag event. The dollar already weak and it's weak as shit, man. The dollar been ready to crash for some years now, and we're at that point now. We're at that point where the dollar can actually crash, man. Once the dollar crash, and you got to think about a lot of things that are obsolete anyway, as far as cash, using cash in certain places. Shit, can't go in there. We don't accept cash. Ain't that a bitch? But here it is. It's the cash and money is backed by the Constitution. Really gold and silver. But hey, it's Esau we talking about, right? Sirach 12 and 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? Right, and this man is likened it to a fucking wild beast. Okay. How we know that? You go into the scriptures, right? In the book of Revelation 13. All right, let's see here. Revelation 13 and 14, it says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live, which goes to what? The Roman system, the old Greco-Roman system that was implemented and reinstituted through the or revived through the Renaissance period. Okay? And one of those miracles is what? The MOTB. Now, the word beast, right? That's the one I want to look up, right? The word beast. Because I said the man is likened to a beast, right? Now, the word there is the Greek word therion or therion. Let me see.
Strong's G 2342. Therion. Therion.
It says animal, wild beast, right? But check this out. It says a metaphor, a brutal, bestial man, savage, ferocious, right? A bestial man. Let's look this up. A bestial man. Can we look that up real quick, okay? See what we get. Bestial man. Bestial man. Oh, they only bring that out, huh? Okay, let's see what we got here. It says a bestial sounds like beast, and that is precisely what it means. Beast-like. Well, beast is known to what? To spill blood. Because that's the nature of a beast. Right? And you go into the history of the beast system that started with the Greeks and Romans. That's why we say the Greco-Roman period. They were known for spilling a lot of Israelite bloods, especially. Okay? It says when a human acts like an animal, their behavior is called bestial. Yeah, bestial is often used to describe behavior that is primitive or uncivilized. Right? And that's Esau. That's the so-called white man. All right? It says dictionary, brutal or savage. They're the real savages. Sexually depraved, that's Esau. Carnal, lacking refinement, brutish, of or relating to a beast. So we get it, man. All right, this is a beast. This is a bestial or beast-like man that's ruling. Shit, look what he's doing down in Venezuela right now. You know, get ready to spill blood down there. But anyways, another subject for another time. You know, it's going to deceive you people, especially the Israelites that don't believe. He's going to deceive you into getting this MOTB, man. And what's going to be the judgment for you receiving this MOTB? You're going to be thrown into the lake of fire, man. You're going to be thrown into the lake of fire. Let's get that in Revelation 19 and see here. Verse 20, it says, doom of the beast and false prophet. Verse 20, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. Right. He deceived them that received the mark of the beast and worship his image. Right. You agreed to receive the MOTB. It says these both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone, and the remnant were slain. Well, that's on that, okay? So that was the point, man. You're going to be thrown into a lake of fire, all right, if you receive the MOTB. And that's the end game, man. For those of you that don't want to take heed to the warning, man. Because when Revelation 3 and 10 take place, the great time of testing, that's when you're going to see this man really take the gloves off, man. He's going to come at you ferociously. All right, savage-like. How he'll come at you. Force you to get that MOTB. And this man has technology, man. So our faith is what? That Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to redeem us from all this evil that's getting ready to happen, man. You know, because we're going to come into some trying times. All right. Especially when this MOTB is made mandatory. That's when faith got to really kick in. You know. So anyways, with that, I'm going to close. I want to say, Lord, when you've been edified, again, I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Again, double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, rule and teach well. Shalom to you fellow laborers out there doing the work again. Shalom to the few Akwaf again. And till next time, to the next video, Shalom.